Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you guys so much for joining me. I finally figured out a way to sit and be comfortable while I talk about my last book of the day. No, it's not the last book. I still have a few more books that I need to report back on, but this one is today's book, The Secret. Sorry about that. Hang on a second. Let me see. Yeah. The Secret is one of the most popular self-development books of the century. Now, what does that mean in terms of the hype? A lot of people have picked up this book, and there was definitely a time where this book was more popular than any other book in self-development or self-improvement or self-care than ever before. This is what put self-development and coaching on the market. Like this is what made it like super popular. And I think since then it has already started to shift and fade. But if you're like your girl Nihanda, who obsesses about things and must go into every rabbit hole that I can possibly find time for, you better believe that I researched almost everyone that was in this book. So, what do I think about the end? I think that this book is actually just the gateway to like this is the gateway drug. If you are into personal development, this is definitely something that you might have read not once but twice. But and this is where I'm going to kind of mix my book review with a little bit of why The Secret hasn't worked. So this isn't just a book review, but this is a explanation as to why self-development may or may not work for you. It's because language and approach is everything, right? People might read this book and get it the first time because they probably did things, and Kevin Trudeau talks about this in the Your Wish is Your Command uh workshop segment, workshop, I can't get the thing right. Workshop DVD series. He talks about the fact that maybe people got it right because they messed it up, because they leave out certain key elements of personal development and focusing specifically on laws of attraction. They might have left something out that was to their benefit to leave out, and therefore were more successful in their approach out of The Secret. Other people may have approached it kind of half-assish and messed something up, or maybe they didn't really believe, or they tried it a little bit and then they didn't actually get any success because they didn't try it. Their heart wasn't really in it. A lot of the times, what I have found is that in personal development as a coach, and this may be a trigger for some people, sometimes your clients have a level of disingenuousness in their approach to their development. They don't actually want the things that they want, or they may not be willing to do the things that they're supposed to do to accomplish the things that they want. They think that they're this book. And honestly, I have been there myself. I think that there is a special magic pill that's going to give me what it is I want if I just read the book. So this is what I call manifestation madness, or the lies of attraction. Just because I feel like, well, the more I got into the conversation or the topic of self-development and manifestation and laws of attraction and quantum physics, like even that transition, like quantum physics is like deeper down that rabbit hole of understanding what exactly takes place when we are attracting the things into our lives, and knowing that there is a part, and they talk about it a little bit in The Secret, of the necessary action that needs to take place. And so you can't just sit down and expect that it's going to fall into your lap. The kind of inaction or even the physical action that you're taking is an intentionality on your part that you have to do. That might be a change of the way you think. That's definitely a common thread with all books that have to do with attraction and laws of attraction and manifestation. But, or I should say, and there are things that you have to get up and do. Nothing is falling in your lap necessarily the way it's presented. And I think that in The Secret, that is not expanded on enough. And in my video of do the hard thing, setting goals, and achieving your dreams, I forgot to mention accountability and, you know, taking ownership of your life. Understanding that it is your responsibility is so intricate in its approach and action that it may literally vary from individual to individual. And even in that individual, it can vary from situation to situation. And so while The Secret is a good jump off point for people who are new to personal development, it cannot necessarily be the be all and end all of your approach. There are so many different other things that need to be taken into consideration, so many variables about situation and context that I can definitely understand why Rhonda Bryn uh made more, or is it Brine? Ba- Byrne? Sorry. I'm not really good at names and I should be better, so I think it's Byrne. Rhonda Byrne um continued writing in that direction because one of the interviews that I saw from her talked about that. Okay, it started to fade. People needed more information. People needed more context. Uh, this is definitely something that people were interested in, but everyone wasn't really totally 100% on board in terms of really putting in what is necessary to really see significant change in their lives. And for a lot of people, that meant if the results did not happen instantaneously, that meant that they were just going to give up. And for me, I could remember when I found out that The Secret actually worked. I was raising some money for an organization that I really believed in. I'm gonna make a video about that. Don't worry, promises are meant to be kept. um, but I was raising an organization. I was raising some money for this organization, and we raised $10,000 in 2 weeks, I think. And I had never seen $10,000 in my life. But at that time, I had bought the DVD from The Secret, showed it to my brother and my mom, and I was watching The Secret every night. And I don't know if you guys have actually watched The Secret. You should definitely check it out. I think it's about an hour or an hour and a half. And I would fall asleep to that. And I would probably sometimes wake up to that in the morning. That was like my mantra, before doing anything else. I was constantly putting the whole movie in the forefront of my mind and my subconscious, in the back of my subconscious, to be able to be constantly reminded as to how important the elements of The Secret are to accomplishing my goals, to stay focused, to envision myself where I need to be, to envision the money that I want, and to envision that it is possible, and believing in that. While seeming like a very simple principle, when you go through your day and you experience your life and opposition, you allow, if you're not conscious and aware, opposition to take over your life and forget about your dreams and goals and just give up. So if you are a strong-minded person, or if you believe that The Secret is going to work, it will. But if you don't, it won't. And coming up on that belief and developing that belief and nurturing that varies from situation to situation, person to person, depending on what it is they have experienced in their lives. And so I feel like while The Secret is super, super important for everyone to pick up and take a look at, it's not the be all and end all. And if you really want it to work, it is something like a staple, just like you eat every day. You should be consuming this kind of content, if not this content, every day. Every day. Yeah, so I'm gonna give this book a 7.5 out of 10, just because, like I said, it's just a springboard. It isn't the be all and end all. And I really appreciate that she made a couple other books, or maybe one other, that kind of goes into more detail. And yeah, if you have been following my series on the books from Your Wish is Your Command, you should definitely supplement and pad up this concept with those books as well. I enjoyed reading this book. It was very easy to read. That's why I give it such a high mark. Um, and I'm really I'm looking forward to other books from this author. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I hope I didn't go too much overboard. I know I try to keep it under 8 minutes and under. I've obviously gone over this time. But if you have any questions, if you like my content, please like and subscribe. If you don't like my content, yeah, just keep it pushing. You don't have to invest your time in telling me how much you don't like me. Go do you somewhere else. So stay free and stay safe.